All right, let me do this so the live doesn't shut off. Shout out to everybody. Yo, 50K likes on a Saturday is insane. Is insane. All right. So you have your 1 bar, your inside bar. The entry would be the break above this 1 bar. Soon as it breaks above, so this candle opens and it pushes up. Soon as it breaks above, so let's just imagine this is in here. Let's imagine this top part of this is in here. Okay. The price breaks above and then you're into the trade. That's why it says entry. Your target is the previous candle's high, and this is your entry. Drop a yes in the chat if that makes sense. Drop a yes in the chat if this makes sense. Okay. All right, so someone said this doesn't make sense. Okay, so think about it like this. If no one is in control, somebody at some point in time has to take control. So a 1 bar is just basically stating that no one has control. It's consolidating, right? Your SPY has a great drop to 480 possibility. Absolutely. Shout out to Tony Kim. I think SPY could go lower if we start seeing the interest rates hike back up. I have another level that's like at the extreme, but you know what they say, the paranoid survives. I don't think people on Wall Street are preparing for the best case scenario. They're always preparing for the worst. They're probably preparing for both. But I feel like as an individual, as an investor, I think it's important to always look for extreme price points. So I have my extremes where shit could get really bad if price gets down there, where I'm loading the boat. And I'll explain to you guys how I've been able to pay for my cost of living for the last 2 years just from investing long term. I'm telling you, anybody can do it. It's not investing advice, but I'll just show y'all how I pay for a majority of my bills by buying shares. And I'll explain it after I'm done with this. So somebody in the chat, remember to remind me to break that down to y'all, because that's going to be very, very, very important. I'll show y'all how to pay for a majority of y'all bills through boring investing. All the boring stuff that they always told us that we wouldn't be able to get rich from and all that. I'm gonna show you otherwise. All right. So on the 1 bar, again, let's remember, if price breaks above the 1, you're into the trade. Your target or your take profit is right here. Make sense? It's the same thing on the opposite end though. A 2-1-2 bearish continuation. What do we know about bears? It's the sellers have control. Bulls are the buyers have control, which is why these candlesticks are green, which is why these candlesticks are red. Okay? And the 1 bar is still the same color, gray. No one has control. Okay? So neither these guys have control or neither these guys have control. It's just inside. And what you can do off of a 1 bar, like I said, is you can take the break either above or below the 1 bar. So notice here, this is a 2-1-2 up. This is a 2-1-2 down. So let's imagine that this wasn't here. Okay? Let's just imagine this part wasn't here. Right? So you have your 1 bar. As soon as the next candle prints right here, price opens and it's pushing down, pushing down, pushing down. You're in the trade. Boom. That's your entry. And then your target is over here. And then as price continues pushing down, boom, it hits your target and you're out of the trade. Okay. So the reason I love trading this, the reason I love this way of trading is because it just makes my life easier. Like if I can just look at combinations, like think of this. If you could just memorize 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. If you could remember and memorize 15 different combinations, and this is all it really took outside of like market structure and things like that, right? It don't really work like that. In a sense, if you understand these combinations and you can read different time frames, it does work like that. It depends on how much you simplify things. Right? If you overcomplicate, so think about it like this. Majority of these people on this live are beginners. If I overcomplicate all of this and I tell them that it's not that simple, then it's not going to be that simple. But for the people who are beginners, this is why a lot of beginners tend to be good traders, because they come into it not thinking and overcomplicating everything. So you might think of this as being overcomplicated. But I know based off of actually being in this space that when you come in as a beginner, you know nothing. If you could just learn the basics and stick with the basics, that's tends to be the thing that actually works and does well for you. Just my opinion though. Just my opinion. What do I know? All right. What do I know? So let's go to the next combination. There's So ones, right? So at any point in time on a one, right, you can take a break above the one for calls or break below the one for puts. Okay? At any point in time. All right? Now, will it always go straight into the target? No, it won't always be like that. All right? I don't have a course. So for those of you guys who are asking me, there is no course. There's a free guide in my bio. It's 100% free. You do what you want with it. If you can't sit and watch a 2.5 hour course for free, then you paying me would do you no justice, all right? So are you scalping? No, so you guys can use this on all time frames. So look at this. You got your 1 bar, price is consolidating, neither side in control. 2, directional candle, directional bar, right? One side is more aggressive, so bar takes out one side of previous bar, okay? 3, which is an outside bar, takes out both sides of the previous bar. Works on all time frames. So you guys can do this on a daily. You can do this on a weekly. You can do this on a monthly. Okay, for the person who asked, can I screenshot this? Go ahead. Okay, so let's actually, are y'all ready to go over to the computer so I can show y'all this? Are y'all ready to go over to the computer so I can just show y'all what these combinations look like? I'll show y'all some trades that I took. I'll also show y'all how my community, okay, so yeah, let's just do that now. All right, it's time to transition over to the computer. All right, let's head over here. Shout out to the A. Love the views. Shout out to my baby girl. You gotta, hey, look, if you're a trader and you're doing it for a reason that's bigger than money, keep something next to you that keeps you grounded. Gotta keep that there. Gotta keep that there. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and do this. I know that looks like me. I know my daughter is the greatest artist of all time. You don't have to tell me, okay? You don't have to tell me. I already know. Let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna uncomplicate this for you guys. You're a visual learner, even better. You came to the right place. All right, let's turn this off. All right, cool. So let's take a look at this in real time. Okay, let's take a look at this in real time. Okay, so notice exactly what I was telling you guys, right? On my trading view, I see numbers. And what I'm doing is I'm reading these combinations, right? Let's go to something else. Let's go to J&J, okay? Johnson & Johnson. This is a trade that we recently sent to the community, okay? There was a gap up right here. Okay, so let's zoom in. SPY, my chart looks crazy on SPY, and I think that would turn a lot of people off. So I'm gonna leave that one off. We're gonna just go to Johnson & Johnson, okay? So where's my combos, all right? So doesn't this look very similar to this? 2-1-2 bullish reversal, all right? So you have a 2 down. What do we have right here? A 2 down. You have an inside bar. So when you have an inside bar, what you're gonna do is, and I'm gonna remove all the lines off of here, remove 4 drawings. Whenever you see an inside bar on your candle, what you're gonna do, or inside bar on your trading view, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your horizontal line, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here, boom, up here. I don't know why my camera looks so garbage. Hold on, let me clean the camera off real quick for y'all. I'm cleaning the camera off for y'all so y'all can see this a little bit better. I think that should be better. Oh my God, way better. Holy. Why y'all ain't tell me my camera was this bad, yo? Y'all don't mess with me, bro. I thought we was all family. I thought we was cousins in here. Y'all just got me out here crusty and stuff. Come on. All right, so come over here to the top. This is trading view for those of you guys who are asking, all right? This is trading view, okay? So up here, y'all see the second thingy-majiggy right here? The second one on the line, okay? Right here, when you click this arrow, it'll show you all of your lines, okay? Now we're gonna go to the horizontal line. We're gonna click it. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over to our 1, and I'm gonna plot one on the wick. And for those of you who are asking on a 1, are you doing it off the close or off the wicks? You're doing it off the wicks. Okay, so this is what it would look like. So this is my 1 bar, and I will be looking for calls when price breaks above here, or puts when price breaks below here. If the trade doesn't trigger, you don't get into the trade. What does that mean? If it doesn't trigger, I don't get into the trade. That means if this side hasn't broken yet, that doesn't mean you jump in like, oh my God, it looks like it's going to the downside. No, because it could be a wick. It could be a wick, which is just price pushing down and then pushing right back up. And that's the problem. People immaturely, or not immaturely, but people prematurely get into trades when they shouldn't be, okay? So here's how it would have worked, right? So let's go back and let's replay it. This is exactly what you see when you come into the market, right? And what am I using? I'm using the daily time frame. So guys, this can definitely work on the daily time frame, okay? So what happens is, and what we can do is we can even go down to the 30 minutes so we can see it in real time. So you plotted it out on the what is it called? You drew it out on the daily time frame, right? Now we're on a 30-minute time frame, right? So this is where I'm going to be looking for my entries. Okay, I'm going to be looking for my entries here. So this means when I go into the market, I'm like, okay, I know where my 1 bar is based off the high time frame. Those are going to be very strong prices. So if price breaks above 162, oh crap. If price breaks above 162.49, I'm in calls. If price breaks below 160.64, I'm in puts. Okay, so let's watch this. So price opens, immediately shoots up. Soon as it breaks here, you're in the trade. Where is that at? 162.49. Where does price go? 163.44. Okay, cool. Now let's continue going, right? What does price do afterwards? It gives you a 1 bar. All right, cool. What Tez taught me about ones is that I can take a break above or break below on a 1 bar, even on a 30-minute. So watch how this works, y'all. You have a 1 bar. So I'm gonna be in. So you could have took profits on that first trade, right? Let's just say you missed the first one though, right? Let's say you're okay, cool. I'm waiting for this one right here, okay? Next candle prints. You have another inside. So guess what? It didn't trigger. If it didn't break to the upside, you're not in calls. If it didn't break to the downside, you're not in puts. You are waiting until the price shows its hand. What happens next? Price breaks above, you're in calls, right? See what continues to happen. And it keeps going, right? Comes back down. Look where it tests our VWAP. If you don't know what a VWAP is, I'll explain that later, right? Then guess what happens? Pushes down. And this is midday. And boom, so you would have hit your trade off of this right here. You would have really hit your trade off using the daily time frame. So this is why I use top-down analysis. I start on the daily, and then I go to the 30-minute, and then I look for my entries off the 30-minute. Now, there's this thing called time frame continuity, which is right here, okay? For those of you guys who are asking me what indicator this is called the Strat Assistant right here. So you can literally, here's how you would do it. You will go over to TradingView. Once you download TradingView, you go up here to indicators. Click here, and then you're gonna type in Strat, crap, I can't type. Strat Assistant, boom. Here's who it's made by, Ricky Z. Carroll. Shout out to Ricky. I use this every single day. Shout out to Ricky. So you're gonna go ahead and favorite it and then click it, and then it'll set it up here. How's my settings set up for those of you guys who are asking? Here's how it's set up. So just feel free to screenshot it, right? The way my settings are set up, my inputs, it looks like this. So just screenshot it, comment done when you're done screenshotting. And then on the style, I'm gonna go over to it now. It looks like this. And that's why my candles are different colors. Now you guys can change the colors of your candles if you want to. You guys can do that if y'all want, but this is, I like it like this. I like video games, so me seeing all this colorful stuff, it's like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like I love it, okay? The only two that I have off is the 2 up bar shape and the 2 bar shape. Okay, go ahead and screenshot this, y'all. Let's go back. Somebody say, can I go back? Yeah, it's just this right here. You guys feel like y'all are learning something from a live? Do y'all feel like y'all actually learning something? Like, is this valuable? Would y'all want me to do more of these? I feel like it's valuable, and I don't mind doing them for free. Like, honestly, I just like changing people's perspective. Like, most people teach y'all trend lines and all this shit, and it's like, when I learned this was the thing that really took me up a notch. Like, my last 7 trades, I have not missed a trade, right? Like, I don't know if I could show. Actually, what I could do is, let me just show y'all this real quick, all right? And then we're gonna break down the combinations. We're gonna continue breaking down the combinations as well. So look at this, guys. This is inside of our community. This was yesterday. So these are our traders. They all trade the strat. So for those of you guys who are like, oh, the strat doesn't work and all that shit, whatever, right? So Tay, 150%. And again, think in percentages. Yeah, he only made $33, but if you made 150% off $1,000, that's $1,500, right? The more money you have, the more capital you trade with, the easier it's going to be. So in here, Eddie made $194, right? Cool. Some people are like, oh, that's not a lot of money. Y'all are so used to people doing $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a day that y'all forget that an extra couple $100 can really help you, right? 115%. You put $1,000 in, that goes to $1,115, right? Evan been crushing it, right? Took Intel. And again, what I teach is how you can trade on your own. I don't just send signals. Like, granted, yeah, I'll send the signals in the morning because I do pre-market calls with my community, but I'm not like, it's imperative that you learn how to do this skill on your own so you can go teach your children. That is my focus. My daughters have to learn this. I don't care what they want to do in life. You're going to have a skill set that can get you paid, period. You ain't going to rely on no boy. You ain't going to rely on no man to impress you. When you want to go on a trip, you're going to know how to extract the money from the